Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this Christmas card making tutorial. This is the pretty Christmas card we're making. Isn't it lovely? It features the Humble Home bundle from Stampin' Up and I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. So let's make another one together. So I have here a piece of balmy blue cardstock that measures 14.35 centimeters by 10, and I have put it through this lovely embossing folder called Forever Plaid. And we're going to just do some inking to bring out some of that lovely texture, and I'm just doing tone on tone inking here. So I've got my blending brush and I've just got some balmy blue ink and I'm just going around the edges to deepen the edges, and this will conversely make the center look even lighter, and it looks a little bit more blotchy on the camera than it does in real life. In real life it's a lovely smooth blend. The camera tends to not show that so well. But there we go, and a lot of this is going to be covered up as well, so don't worry about it having to be absolutely perfect. I just want some colour very much round the edges. Okay, now I have here a piece of Azure Afternoon cardstock, and I cut it out using these deckled rectangle dies, and you can choose whatever size circle you want. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use some Azure Afternoon ink, so again tone on tone, and again I'm doing the same thing. I'm just inking around the edge so the edge is darker and conversely makes the centre look lighter. So now I've got a piece here of Old Olive cardstock, and I've used the Frosted Friends dies, and I've used this lovely die that creates this sort of little set of trees, and I've cut them out, as I said, old olive, and I'm just taking them outside of the paper. Now they are attached to the cardstock, as you can see, so I'm just going to use my scissors to detach them on either end, and then I'm going to cut off the base so to have a much thinner strip than I otherwise would have. And there we have our trio of trees. Don't they look gorgeous? I'm going to get rid of that and that scrap. So now I'm going to use again some Old Olive cardstock, Old Olive ink, and again I'm doing the same thing as we've been doing all the way. I'm just adding some ink to this just so there's a bit more life to the cardstock. It doesn't look so flat, and there's a little bit more variation and interest, a bit more depth of colour. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of stamping, and as you can see I've already stamped my house in Memento Tuxedo Black, but we're going to colour in using the Stampin' Blend alcohol markers. But we are going to stamp this lovely little sentiment using the Poppy Parade ink, and I just use my grid paper to help me line everything up. So let's stamp that, and it just says from our house to yours. Really cute. Wasn't happy with that, I smushed it a bit, so let's try again. Lovely jubbly. Okay, as you know, I'm a great believer in cleaning up as I go along. Saves a lot of time afterward and a lot of accidents from happening when you might drop something in where you don't want it to drop. Now I'm going to use the Reindeer Fun stamp set, and we're going to stamp this lovely sentiment that says Merry Christmas, and we're doing it again in Poppy Parade ink. So let's stamp that there. Okay, and that is all of our stamping done. So now we are ready to start colouring in. I will be colouring using the Stampin' Blend alcohol markers, which are my favourite ones to colour in. I'm going to start off here with Crumb Cake, and I'm just going round adding the colour where I want. Here I'm going from light to dark. Quite often I go the other way. It really depends on the image and also how I'm feeling at that time, which way I'm going to go around. So I'm just putting a base layer of colour down here, and Crumb Cake is one of my favourite colours for like stonework, even for animals, for a light brown. I love it. So just going around here. My idea when I coloured this little house was that it would be coloured just like a gingerbread house. And I know gingerbread can be much deeper in colour, but I was going to have artistic license here. I didn't want such a deep colour in my gingerbread. So now I'm going to go in with the deeper colour. I'm going to add those shadows just underneath the roof. As you can see, we're just outlining it, and then we'll blend that out using the lighter colour. And that's how I'm going to go around here. So how would you colour in this little house? Would you also do it with a gingerbread theme, or would you do it with a new house theme, how would you do it? I do love this little house because I think it'd be great for lots of different cards, not just for Christmas cards, but for, moving home cards, welcome home cards, all sorts of cards like that. I think it's a really lovely little house, and I'm really happy that it has the matching punches. You'll see in a minute to punch it out. And if you know me, I am a punch girl. I do love my punches. They are so quick and easy, just to reach for a punch and it's done. You don't need any other equipment. You don't need to use a die cutting machine. It is so simple and easy, and we all know how to punch. We've all been punching paper for years. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit of detail at the bottom here, and here I'm using the Poppy Parade ink, and you can see here this is going to be my little bit of icing, or that's what I'm telling myself, underneath the eaves and along the base of my house. And I'm also going to do the door in the red. I don't want to have too many colours going on here. I don't want it to look like a dog's dinner. I want to sort of keep everything having a coordinated look. So now I'm just adding a little bit more colour with the darker. Sorry if my head's in the camera like this. I tend to get very much over my work when I am colouring, and I get in that zone and I just forget about everything. I love to turn on an audio book or something and just listen and colour in, and that is my happy place, definitely. So let me know what type of crafting, what is your happy place? What is the thing in paper crafting that you really enjoy doing? For me, it's colouring. And it comes because I've always loved to paint. I've always loved to mix colours. So for me, I love paper crafting, but I absolutely adore colouring. It's the thing that I find the most relaxing, and it just makes me happy. So what part of paper crafting makes you happy? Let me know in the comment section below. Okay, so we're just doing our chimney here. And then I'm just adding a little bit of deeper colour around the windows, and here I'm going to add a little bit of yellow, daffodil to light yellow, just for my windows, so that just looks like a little bit of warmth to it. And there we go. So that is our colouring all done of our little house. Isn't it cute? I love it. Here you see I've punched it out using the matching punch, and I've just cut out my sentiments as well using my trimmer. And all I've done there is cut it out using my trimmer, and then matted it on a little spare piece of Azure Afternoon. Now my card base here is also Azure Afternoon, and I've got a piece here of basic white that measures 14.35 centimeters by 10, and that's going to be for my insert. Now we're going to take that piece of balmy blue that we inked up, and we're going to stick that on the front of our card base. So there we go. Isn't that lovely? And now you can see here as the ink has also smoothed out as it's dried, and how great it looks now. So we're going to put down our circle, and then I'm going to put a little bit of glue. I've been fighting my Tombow, as you can see. It was getting towards the end of its life. There wasn't a lot left in the bottle, but I was determined to get every scrap out. I'm sure you're the same. You don't want to waste anything. Crafters tend to want to save everything. If you're anything like me, you certainly do. So there you go. We've stuck down our little trio of trees, and I can see here I need a little bit of glue at the back of that tree there, and a little bit there as well. Lovely. Okay, so now we're ready to stick down our little house, and I'm going to pop this up using some dimensionals. And as you know, I love our dimensionals because they stick to what they're meant to instead of my fingers. I've used other ones before and I've ended up with them all stuck all over my fingers. And if you know me, I hate having glue on my fingers, so these work perfectly. Lovely. So time to add our sentiments, and always use the edges of your dimensionals. They are good dimension. Don't let anything go to waste. And there we go. Let's put that up at the top. Merry Christmas. And then I'm going to use some more here for From Our Home to Yours. And I really love the combination of colours here. Green, blue and red Always some of my favourite combinations of colours. And then I've punched a few little hearts out here, and I'm just going to I'm just going to pop these up, also using the baby or mini dimensionals, and I'm just going to pop these on top, and I think they just finish off the project perfectly. They just bring that red out from the door and from the house to other parts of the card. So I really hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. And if you want any more information of the project, do look at the links below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.